Welcome guys, it's Saturday. Come on into my office and see what the world looks like from the appraiser's perspective. It's been another great full week. I'm going to come at you with some content here. Agents, you're always posting those pictures. You're out there, you're grinding, you're making phone calls, you're marketing, you're shooting video clips, you're showing houses. You're driving all over the place, eating your lunch in the car, the whole 9 yards. And when you've got a problem, you're calling yours truly, the Appraiser Insider. I appreciate those calls. We're going to wrap up a few of those calls in here so agents can get some value out of this video before we end it up today. So this week I operated 7 full days. That is not uncommon for me. I do not keep banker's hours. I'm here, it feels like 24/7. My office is right here in my house, about 12 feet from my bed, where sometimes I will sleep at when I'm not working on your projects. So here's what this week brought. 12 appraisal assignments off the desk, 2 divorce appraisals, 8 private appraisals for tax appeal purposes. My clients are saving roughly $20,000 to $25,000 by the time they get done going through the appeal process. The rate of return for the cost of the appraisal in some cases was 5 to 15 times the cost of the appraisal, spread out over 4 years. That's a phenomenal return. We don't guarantee any results. We do try to vet those cases. So if you're reaching out for a tax appeal appraisal, or you have clients that are complaining, or you've thought about it yourself, give me a shout, check out the website, put in a request for an order, shoot me a text or a call. Either way, we'll get to you. We did a couple of private appraisals for investors we worked on this week. Love working with my investors. As you guys know, I've been an investor on and off in real estate for 20 plus years as well. I flipped several houses, and I just love getting into trenches with these guys, seeing what they're building, finding out what walls to tear out, where to add that second kitchenette space at, where to open up to put a bigger opening, or finish off bedroom, bathroom space, whatever it happens to be. Sometimes it's eliminating a closet to make for a massive walk-in pantry, whatever it is. That's part of the value I bring to my investors. Tax appeal appraisals this week were great. We've got a couple more scheduled for next week. St. Clair County is going to be calling, those residents will be calling probably starting next week for their appeal process. Couple calls I did with agents this week. Guys, I love it when you call me, okay? You learned something, I learned something. I build an SOP out of that. I don't keep the private information, okay? What I do is I take notes on what the agents are coming up against, what I recommended, create an SOP for it so I can build that inside of my systems, not only for me, but for other people to learn. And then I take those same notes and I ensure that whatever question you ask me are built inside of the real estate value edge in the courses we're building. This is paramount because I want you guys to get as much value out of these 45 minutes to 3-hour seminars, courses, whatever you want to call them, as you possibly can. Your time is valuable, and I want you to get everything out that you can. We worked with 2 investor clients this week. I onboarded another one. We've been consulting back and forth for about 6 months. We've done a one-on-one. This particular investor is having one issue in his pipeline. He's not having a problem finding houses. He's not having a problem finding contractors. What he is running into, he is doing the BRRRR method, okay? Buy, repair, refinance, repeat. Most of you know what that is if you're in real estate. His ARV, after repair market values, are coming in way lower than he is expecting from the front line. So we worked out a project, we put in a standardized procedure for his properties. These don't have to be full-blown appraisals, guys. You don't need some 50-page report. You need the meat and potatoes of what to expect at the end of this project. This is a restricted use appraisal report designed exactly for you to get just what you need, market context, true comparables for your properties that have been renovated. You don't need to see all these pages of addendum and extra stuff that goes with it. This is instead of a 30 to 50 page appraisal, this is 12 to 15 pages, a snapshot of exactly what the market looks like for that property, for that market segment in that neighborhood as of right now today. And sometimes we're looking at what it'll be worth 3 months from now when the project itself is complete. We worked on more SOPs, standing operating procedures, for our CRM this week, that private appraisal, that SaaS, the art of appraisal. This is something different. I've been building on it and scaling on it for the past year. It's an internal management process that I'm building for myself for private appraisal businesses. Private appraisal assignments. This takes the assignment from the original request all the way through the workflow, scheduling systems, review systems, standard procedures for every single stage of the appraisal process itself. Not writing the report, but the actual process of taking an order in all the way through delivering it, to post delivery questions, to reviews, to follow-ups. We're scaling this nationally over the next 12 months to bring it to appraisers nationwide who want to develop their private appraisal practice but aren't tech savvy. And this guy here, no tech savvy. My man Melvin, that has been with me now for almost 3 weeks, is building this system, and it is freaking awesome, man. Almost every day we're sharing multiple pages of information. We're building the workflow. I have the experience with 28 years and 11,000 reps, and this guy can build almost anything. So we are using Go High Level to build this out. He's got calendars built in there for me already. We've got SOPs in there. We've got review forms, pretty much anything you can think of. And on top of that, I've got about 1,000 pages of written documents that are going into this system for the AI bot. So when agents have questions and they can't get me on the phone, rare occasion I know, they're going to be able to go right to my website. What would Sean do? What's the best practice? What can we do? Again, about 1,000 pages of those documents that I've managed to construct since November of last year. Everything in 28 years in this head does not stop rolling, guys. I am a data analyst, evaluation strategist. I'm not just an appraiser. I'm the guy that people call when they are lost on a deal. And this week, one of the other calls, I had a couple different calls here. We had an agent calling, had 5 properties. She's working all at the same time, all in different market segments, all in different locations, and each property had its own unique characteristics. Imagine that. No 2 houses the same. Welcome to the appraiser's life. An agent that's really busy might do 100 to 200 deals over their lifetime. Most appraisers who operate full-time are doing 300 plus reps a year. That's 10 times, 15, 20 times what you agents are doing sometimes in a lifetime. That's not a knock, that's not a bad thing. I'm just saying, use your appraisers for leverage. They can help you. They can help you strategize. That is why we built the Real Estate Value Edge. Ours, of course, is designed from all of my contact with your real estate folks, lenders, all my real estate agent friends. Love you guys. We're building something massive. Some of you have taken this live seminars. We will have a couple courses done very soon. You'll be able to sign up for them live or take them right there at your kitchen table on Saturday morning. The first class is Appraisal 101. This was a great class. I originally built it 4 years ago, roughly 3 to 4 years ago. I rebuilt it to bring some new updates in there. It looks way better. It's a little bit faster than the last one, a little bit more direct and to the point. The second one, this is really important, guys. This is one of the reasons I started a Real Estate Value Edge. This was the nail that drove the coffin, the nail that drove it into the coffin for me. The Dynamic Appraisal Report. It is coming live November 2nd. It is mandatory for Fannie and Freddie. FHA will likely follow suit. VA will likely follow suit immediately after that. 96% of the items, the locations we input into the existing appraisal reports are changing forever. The new UAD 3.6 changes the whole world of real estate. Everything is data driven. Everything is about big data now. You agents, you see it in your marketing. Appraisers, we see it when we're in the MLS looking at stats. Buyers and sellers are looking at this data before they even call you to decide what they want to spend, where they want to buy it. A lot of times they already know this square footage should cost me this much in this market segment. But here's the kicker, all right, guys, this is really serious. The underwriters, the review process now, they are vetting that MLS data, what you put in the MLS, against county records, against what us appraisers are putting into our appraisal reports. They're looking at those three sources and they're vetting them. They're considering that MLS data is gold, even though us appraisers have the certification to measure to ANSI or to tell them what's above and below grade or what constitutes a room. So the dynamic appraisal report in UAD 3.6 class is about an hour and 45 minutes long. It is not for the faint of heart. I built in a break on this one on purpose. This is something every agent nationally needs to take. Every agent in the entire United States. And here's why I say this. Fannie and Freddie have told me to my face and on live webinars with the National Association of Realtors that the NAR has been at the table for the last 2 years while these new appraisal forms have been designed. They're designed to use more data and more inputs from the appraiser. The appraiser does not go into those comps most of the time. We are relying on your MLS listings to see the photos, to decide what's below and above grade or partially below grade. They've changed so much verbiage over the last 9 months. We need to be able to see the floor coverings that are in that property. We have to be able to combine or compare and contrast interior versus exterior condition and quality ratings using the C1 through C6 and the Q1 through Q6 codes on every single subject and comparable, and then align them to one overall quality and condition rating for each property. We cannot do that. Appraisers across the United States have been saying the same thing for 9 months. We don't have the data we need to get inside of these properties and get the information. So this course is designed for you real estate agents as my way of not only giving back, but to scale nationally with the Real Estate Value Edge. The other course is Find the Value, Win the Deal for investors. You guys know I have a passion for these investors. I work with a lot of them. I flipped a bunch of properties myself. I'm actually standing in a house I bought to flip and we moved into instead. Loving the new digs, loving having a bigger office space, these fancy blinds to keep the heat and cold out. Find the Value, Win the Deal is about an hour and a half seminar course. You can get it online or live. The registration forms, everything will be out very, very soon. One thing to keep in mind with this course, this is designed directly for real estate investors, wholesalers, and real estate agents working with investors. This combines 28 plus years of my residential appraisal experience, my experience working rental properties with my grandfather as a kid, pushing the lawnmower around, hitting my head in the attics, busting out chimneys, hitting my shin on those trailer hitches, putting in some sewer lines, hanging drywall. You guys can only imagine. We did it all by ourselves. And now I'm taking that content and that experience combined with flipping over 20 properties inside of this course and my 28 years experience. So you're getting 3 experiences all wrapped up into one. It's phenomenal. I highly encourage it for everybody. There's some other courses we're working on. A tax appeal course is coming out soon. We have a separate class for reading property cards and GIS data, because how can you put it in the MLS right if you don't really understand how to read the property card? By my count, between 40 and 45% of the MLS listings are incorrect when it comes to square footage. That is throwing off every single CMA everywhere. The above grade and below grade being combined on split level homes, how can you possibly run a CMA when that information is so far incorrect? One property says 1,000 square foot up, the next time it says 2,000 square foot. 1,000 square foot house and a 2,000 square foot above grade house typically do not sell for the same price anywhere that I'm aware of, unless you're on the water or maybe a riverfront, waterfront condo. That could possibly happen. Going to wrap it up today with some thank yous. Thank you to Abstracts and Titles, Bev Higgins, Jenny Studebaker, not Jenny Rowe this time, Jenny Studebaker. Congratulations, you guys are looking awesome. The pictures were great and the vacation looked even better. Zach Idamore, thank you, sir. Appreciate your referral. Whitney Bedorf, couple referrals. Ryan McKinney, fellow appraiser, couple referrals. Get a couple from Ryan every month. I owe that guy lunch sometime, and dinner, and a good bottle of whiskey, I think. Brandy Joe, thank you for the initial contact and getting to work with you for the first time. Funny guys, Mike Belovich, Chad Doyle, talked with you guys both over the last few weeks. And of course, Randy Gibson, Cody Tatum, you guys are rocking it with your properties. Randy Christie, I see what you're doing out there. We've talked a couple of times. The Blaylock Group, you guys are awesome. I love what you're putting out there. The new office is looking great. I can't wait to talk with you guys on Monday. I might take a hard hat and help you guys out for a few minutes, okay? Rick and Mindy with Real Producers, you guys rock. Congratulations on the new building, by the way. I can't wait to be present, have some ad space, a whiskey monologue for this Bourbon Bites festival you guys are having, event you're having here in June with Real Producers. Really looking forward to it. Rick, thank you for all your collaboration, your input, and your willingness just to hear me out and see what I'm working on and how we can build this community, especially in our area, to be beyond anything that people around us have seen. Huge shout out to Melvin, my executive assistant. He's been with me now for 3 weeks. He's working on the back end. He's not touching appraisals, guys. That's still 100% me. He's building the tech behind the art of the appraisal and the real estate value edge. The review forms, the CRM, the registration forms, you name it. He's building it. He's making me look good. You're going to start seeing a lot more in about 2 to 3 more weeks. We got one hang up we're trying to fix, and hopefully we'll have that done by Tuesday. So your registration forms will be available very soon. Recent articles in Real Producer Magazine, I should say recent ads. I will have an ad coming out again next month, and I should have a full article coming out regarding dynamic appraisal reports in the UAD 3.6, probably in July. Thank you again, Rick and Mindy and Real Producers. I really appreciate it. This one's going to be a little personal. I'll try to keep the teary eyes down. Today marks 28 years since I got my appraiser's license to begin with. Russ Nieders was my mentor. Love you, Russ. Would never be where I'm at without you. And I try to tell you that every time we talk. Appreciate your undying devotion to a young 22-year-old, 21-year-old who was really, really, really green and took forever to get anything done and had a ton of questions. I am where I am today because of that. 28 years, 11,000 appraisals, 20 flip properties, thousands of hours consulting with real estate agents, investors, lenders, you name it, even the insurance side of the business, even the contractors, guys. I'm taking everything and building this to give back inside of my communities. Agents, when you call me with questions, I love talking them through with you. Keep them coming. Like I've said, I'm building that into the education platform so that all your fellow agents are getting the same kind of education and consulting one-on-one. If you've been thinking about reaching out, getting a valuation strategy partnership with the Appraiser Insider, that's me. You guys should be doing it. Contact me directly. If you are a broker, a team lead, if you've got 3 or more people on a team, let's do lunch. If you've got 8 to 10 or more agents, let's do a 20-minute sit down. If you've got a full-scale brokerage with 25 plus agents, you guys are busy. What I can provide for you is a full-scale education resource, no matter how big or how small your office is. We can do this one-on-one with a monthly set time where I come in and present a live seminar. You get a learning experience. I get to learn. We get to network. And here's the best thing about it, okay? You guys get to present your clients with the information that you learn. Every day, everything I teach is about value, providing value, bringing value to the real estate community, okay? So when you walk out of my seminars or you get off the phone with me, you are using that content and you're going to say the appraiser said it, and that's awesome. It's great. More appraisers should be doing this. You guys are going to be able to use that information not once, not twice. Every deal you work on, you're going to be more confident when you go in for your listing appointments. You're going to be more confident when you get to the showing stage. You're going to be more confident when the repair addendum comes back, okay? You're going to be more confident when that appraisal comes back.
and it may be a little low or a little high and there's questions, you're going to know what to look for, where to go, what process to go through, how to handle it like a professional from the start so that your clients don't see you all frazzled, okay? You guys are the control mechanism, the consultant, the marriage counselor most of the time, the family counselor, whatever it is. We bring this content to you so you can do your job the best of your ability for your clients. This gets you more referral business, higher close rates, get your properties listed right to start with when you have difficult clients who want to list the properties above what you think they're worth. If you got any questions, guys, reach out. You know where to find me. SeanFapiAppraisal.com. You can hit up my Facebook and message me, 618-910-2688. You guys are awesome. 28 years today, guys. I'm going to go enjoy that with some family time right after I finish this next assignment. Peace out.